Andre, I have a question for you. Have you seen changes in what was traditionally the mechanical, product development process? Have you seen changes as you've started to integrate software developers into that? That might work at different clock speeds or have different, approaches to development, agile, for instance?
Yes, I think that's a very good point. It's very interesting. I don't know whoever tried to get software engineers and mechanical engineers to agree something, I think knows what I'm talking about. But actually, that's exactly the approach we try to take at Conti. We try to really go the systematic, holistic approach across all the engineering disciplines, like electrical engineering, mechanical software, and systems engineering as the overarching one. And then they go also horizontally from the requirements through config and change to the test management and to the production preparation. That's what the scope of that whole initiative is. And if you then have to bring in your engineers to discuss this with them, it's pretty interesting. They come out of different businesses, but the software guys can agree pretty fast on something. The mechanical guys can agree pretty fast on something. The electronics are somewhere in the middle of it, and then you need to bring them to agree to something, and they really need to understand somehow the perspectives of each other. Very often, a software guy can resolve a problem on the hardware end. I would have some examples, probably we don't have the time for that, but I would have some examples I could draw to do so. And at the end of the day, you need to get them to agree, you need to get them to understand in order to really have this holistic idea that they can see, okay, what can the software guy to me? And also the software guy needs to understand what constraints maybe the hardware guy has. If he has to intrigue a change, he needs to change a tool, which is usually pretty expensive. If you change the software, you just do it.
Quick and inexpensive.
Yeah, and there's, the tech time of a software engineer, the heartbeat is like 100 times faster than a mechanical engineer. And if I say it that way, the mechanical engineers don't maybe even like the idea, but it's like that, just by the facts. If you take the statistics, so you have to go that way. And you said it nicely at the beginning. You have to be, if you have such an initiative, you have to be a change agent in the sense that you need to bring that perspective to the end users as well, since they are not necessarily kind of uploading that somebody comes and tells you need to change the way you're working. So you have really to work that in a pretty radical way sometimes.